Joining me now in the studio is our International Affairs Editor, Angela Diffley. Angela, some good news for Emmanuel Macron with his very popular former Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, who'd been tipped to be a presidential candidate, now saying that he's not going to run, but more importantly, giving his support to President Macron.
Yes, there was a lot of muttering that he was planning to run against Macron, even though, of course, he had been Prime Minister in the first 3 years of Macron's presidency. In the event, to the great relief of the Macron camp, he has decided not to, and as you say, thrown his full support behind Macron. Interesting little fact, it's possible that one of the factors which made him decide to do so is he is a big fan of the US political TV series The West Wing, and he is currently writing a French version or something similar about a drama set in the higher echelons of French political life. So it's possible that he decided simply to consecrate himself to that. It is a very serious project. It's very likely to end up on Netflix. He's been a successful author already, so perhaps he made that decision. Either way, good news for Macron. And he is a popular person, so his support will probably help Macron.
I suspect that's probably a more enjoyable job prospect than running for presidency. But some other big developments, as I was just saying there over the weekend, with the Socialist Mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, throwing a hat into the ring. And, of course, Marine Le Pen from the far right kicking off her campaign.
Yes, so Marine Le Pen, we all know last time was in the last round, the final two with Emmanuel Macron. Polls show that that is likely to happen again, but of course, with 8 months to go, anything might happen. She is still having problems erasing from everybody's memory the widely held to be disastrous performance in that presidential debate. She's having trouble rubbing that out from people's memories. The other big issue she will have, the Front National, or now they're called the Rassemblement National, were tipped to win big gains in regional elections. Her voters simply didn't turn out, so she has a big problem with abstention. On the other hand, polls show that the French electorate has moved firmly to the right, and that will go in her favour. She's even seeing rivals now to the right of her. So she needs to combat abstention and erase that memory of the disastrous presidential election.
Now, there appear to be a number of prominent female candidates this year. Are we, and I ask this as the host of the 51%, likely to see France actually having its first ever female president?
Well, yesterday, the mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, she also announced her candidacy. She's been a very successful mayor of Paris for some people. Other people are very opposed to her. She's made it a much greener city, bike lanes, pretty much waged a war on cars. Her opponents say that she has made the city dirtier, uglier, and has allowed crime to get out of control. So she will be running for the Socialists, probably. They haven't made a clear choice of their candidate yet. She is the daughter of Spanish immigrants, so she will be playing her immigrant card. She's very good with people, so she stands a strong chance. She's a good campaigner. On the other hand, she needs to connect with rural France. She's very much seen as representing Paris. On the mainstream right, there is also likely to be another woman candidate, Valérie Pécresse, who at the moment runs Greater Paris. She has very strong credentials. She's a former minister. She's attracted a lot of business to Greater Paris, so she is a strong contender too. We're likely to have these three women. It's very possible that France could end up with a woman president. I don't think it's an issue amongst the French electorate. I don't think that it will repel or attract particularly. What this election at the moment looks like standing on is immigration and crime. They are the two big issues in all the polls. Those are the issues that electors say they are worried about. Whether it's a man or a woman, I think at this stage doesn't matter.
Angela Diffley, thank you so much for that.